So I want to give you an awesome tip today, and it's actually something that a client asked one of my endorsed wealth mentors, and I'm going to share with you the answer that I gave and why I gave that answer. And this has to do with when you get extra money. You get extra money, putting that towards your sacred account, right? And the question was, do I pay off my loan? If I have an outstanding policy loan, we'll talk about what that means today. Or do I put it into my account? Like, do I put it as a contribution instead? And so when I woke up this morning, one of my endorsed wealth mentors texted me and she said, "Hey, I'm talking to a client. He's got this question." So I told her, "Okay, cool. Tell me what it is." So she said that the client, he set up a sacred account already, right? He's got his account going. If you don't know what the sacred account is, it's the concept of becoming your own bank, right? Using a life insurance policy. Now, we don't care that it's a life insurance policy. It just is one. That's the best tool for the job. The type of life insurance is called high early cash value dividend paying whole life insurance. Instead of saying that, I just say the sacred account. For me, it's an account that is sacred, right? So he set up his sacred account. He's becoming his own banker. He's depositing income into it. Step number one, he's depositing his income just like he would with a bank. Step number two, he's being the banker. He's going to borrow against his cash value. Just like a bank would borrow against his deposits, he's going to then loan that to himself, just like a bank would loan that to a borrower. Then he's going to take that money and he's going to either pay off his debt or invest or make a large purchase with it. And then he's going to pay himself back just like you would pay back a banker if you took a loan from them, right? Now, he said in the middle of it, I might get a big lump sum of money. Right, so let's say I put in $100,000. That's step number one. I borrow out, let's say $80,000. I loan that to myself on a real estate deal. That real estate deal is paying me $800 a month. I'm taking that $800 a month. I'm repaying my loan every month with it, right? If you pay back a bank's loan, of course, pay back your own bank's loan. Don't cheat yourself just because you own the joint. And then he's saying, well, I have this other thing happening, and let's say I get another $50,000, right? Out of the blue, $50,000 shows up. What do I do? Number one, do I repay that loan, right? Because I have an outstanding policy loan of $80,000. Do I repay that with the $50,000? Or do I take that $50,000 and do I put that into my new sacred account or my current sacred account as a new contribution? Hey, what's up? Jerry here. I just wanted to give you another reminder. Grab my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. It's going to be one of the best books you have ever read on finance. I can promise you that. You're going to love it. It's also a free offer. So if you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get that now. In the front end of the policy, right? And here's what I told him. I said, okay, so number one, it depends on what your income is and how much of your savings are you currently putting in your account. If you could be putting more savings in your account, I would take that new money and I would open up a new policy with it. Okay, the thing is, the reality is you're probably not going to stick another 50 in addition to what you've got going on in your current account that you have now. That's probably pretty close to its limit. Okay, and so instead we'd take that new 50,000, we'd open up a second policy. That would be our lump sum. Right? The minimum on that on his second policy is going to be $5,000 per year. The minimum is going to be either 10% of your lump sum as an annual contribution. Doesn't need to be paid annually. He could pay that per month. I think that's like $433 a month, right? So he could do that, second policy. Or what he could do is, depending on his age, his minimum might be a bit higher, right? So the other one is 10 times his age per month. So let's say he's, 55 years old. It might be a little higher. Then he's $550 a month. But either way, he's putting a lump sum in and then following that up with his income as another contribution. So now he's got two policies. The initial one, which he put the $100,000 in, he borrowed 80. He's got the investments paying him $800 a month. That's cash flowing. It's paying the loan back. Then he takes the new $50,000, puts that into his second policy, $50,000 lump sum, $433 a month being paid into it. Now he's got two locations of his bank, right? Now, why wouldn't I just pay back the loan? You're like, Jerry, he's got an outstanding loan of $80,000. Why not just pay the loan back? Well, because the principle is keep the money moving. So follow me on this. I've got a loan, an $80,000 loan at let's say 5% interest. I pay it back with the 50. I've now got 50 available in my cash value. If you watched any of my videos, what am I going to do when I've got 50 grand? I'm going to borrow it out to go put it into a real estate deal. So what is the point of paying off the loan just to pull it right back out again? I accomplished nothing. All I did was give myself administrative work. I've got to fill out paperwork to repay the loan, and then I've got to request the loan again, and I might have saved a few days worth of interest, but it didn't really change my life, right? So instead, I want to take that money and I want to contribute to a new policy because now I've got another location of my bank. That $50,000 is going to earn 3 to 5% per year tax-free for the rest of my life. I don't get that if I put it as a loan repayment. Okay, so now when I borrow the 50, I take the 50, I borrow against it, I'm probably gonna borrow 35, 40,000 of that, put that in real estate, right? But the 50 still grows. The money that I put in still grows like it never left because it didn't leave because I took a loan against it. I didn't withdraw it, right? So I want two locations of my bank. I don't wanna just pay a loan back to then pull the money back out again. Right? So if you're doing this, like the name of the game on this, just like any bank that's a big name bank, I want you to think of who you bank with, the Wells Fargos, the Bank of Americas, the JP Morgans, the PIMCOs, the PMCs. How many locations do they have? They're not one location, they're dozens, right? One of my mentors, he's got over 20 of these policies, 20 of them. His bank has over 20 locations. Right? I want you doing that. You should have many of them. Nelson Nash, the guy who founded this concept, last I saw, he had almost 50. Almost 50. He passed away a couple years ago, right? But almost 50 sacred accounts. So you should be thinking with when I get money, I'm not trying to just pay back a loan. I'm not trying to just stick money in my current policy. I want to open up a new one. Because the long-term wealth building of that new policy with a new dump in and a new contribution is going to far outweigh just repaying a loan or just doing some paid up additions in my current one with the maximum I can do. Let's go open a new one up. Next, I don't want to interrupt you too long. I just want to give you a free offer for my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can get the book now. I'm going to let you get back to the video. So that's the benefit of setting up a good policy the correct way, letting it capitalize, letting it grow, letting it do its thing, right? And then setting up another one, and then setting up another one, and then setting up another one. I'm in the midst of setting up another one of my policies right now, okay? So guys, that's what I've got for you today. That's my tip on if you've got an existing policy, you're thinking about dumping money in or repaying a loan, that's what you should be doing. Until next time, like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Hey, this is Jerry Fetta here. I want to thank you for watching my video, watching my content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to learn more about the Blueprint to Financial Freedom and how you can achieve passive income that exceeds your savings, your expenses, your taxes, your generosity, and build wealth like the top 1%, I want to encourage you, grab a copy of my book, The Blueprint to Financial Freedom. You can go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, or you can click the link in the description of the video here. The copy is free. You cover your shipping. We'll send the book out to you, and we'll send you an email with a bunch of great bonus material also for free. Get the book, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on my next content.